Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're opening the test server and it is the day that we have been waiting for, guys. That is right, the Abyssal Expedition. There it is. Zul'Rath sitting right in the middle, just waiting for us to embark on the expedition. So we're going to run through, I haven't looked at any of this yet. So looking at the rewards, guys, looks like we got some stones here. We got some Poe coins, got some Twisted Essence, a couple of Elite Stones, scrolls. Then we do have, looking the same as it always did, we get some Amplifying Emblems, some Poe coins in there. This chest gives us red chests and it gives us Poe coins. So that means no engraving mats, guys. So going all the way through this, going all the way to Prince, there are no engraving mats in this, which kind of sucks unless the honorable enrollment. It looks like now they divided the rewards. So this might just add, no, it actually does add a little bit more. So down here, we're getting 25 of our Stargazer cards. This one, we're only getting 20. We got 50 and 9,000 here, which is 59,000. And there they are, guys. There is the engraving mats. So you can only receive engraving mats if you go with the honorable enrollment. And there they are as well. So it looks like the casual enrollment is not going to contain any of your engraving mats. So it's going to be a little bit more of a basic reward system that we've always seen. So this one is going to add reward mats in here, and not too bad for 400, but still you're foregoing 50 red chests in there. So quite a bit, but you can also get 3,000 extra diamonds, which is pretty good. Some extra cards out of there. It looks like we also do have just about everything else is the same. Maybe just a little bit more out of there. But if you want the engraving mats, guys, it is going to be the honorable enrollment. So if this is your first time to the Vault of Time or to the Abyssal Expedition, it is a little bit of a different system. As you can see here, there's an enrollment process. You can either go with a casual enrollment or you can go with the honorable enrollment. Harder difficulty, better rewards. Once you do honorable, you cannot cancel it. It also does cost you 3,000 diamonds, guys. So once you go through here, spend 3,000 diamonds to enroll. Requires the expenditure of diamonds. Players that enroll in an honorable expedition shall only play alongside other honorable players. That means if you're going with the honorable enrollment, you are not going to be enrolled with casual players. This one might be the most difficult Abyssal Expedition that we've ever seen. Considering first we had it kind of all together, then they broke it into two sections with multiple bosses. This one, and we'll look at the map in just a couple minutes, is broken into 3 bosses, guys. 3 sections, 3 bosses for each section. So it's going to be very reliant on players to go with the honorable enrollment and very reliant on you to carry your weight. It is really going to be the big thing here, guys. If you get a stack of players that are not playing or not really progressing through the Abyssal Expedition, I'm not sure if there's going to be any way to really make up the bosses that they're not killing. We don't know if the bosses are going to get stronger when it comes to killing the bosses out. Embark on an expedition and restore order to the world. Here is the enrollment list, guys. No one is on there yet. So let's go ahead. We're going to enroll. And because I am on the test server, most players on here do go casual enrollment, even though honorable does give a little bit of rewards. I am going to go with casual as of right now. We'll see how many guildies are going the honorable method to go ahead and get all of those rewards out of here and making sure that we make the progression in here. So right now, again, we're going to stay with that enrollment within there. It also breaks it down here. So the martial ratings, a lot of people really need to focus on, because take a look at this. It does have kind of a unique design, which is similar to the PvP. All of the players' heroes ascension tiers will remain the same, starting at level 240. So if you're below 240, you go to 240. If you're above 240, it will start at 240. Hero levels may be additionally increased based upon the player's resonating crystal level. So we do have a little bit till this comes on the global server. It is a good time to push levels. Every 10 levels that your resonating crystal is. So for instance, if your level crystal is 250, you will start the Abyssal Expedition on level 241, which that one level can make a big difference when it comes to the expedition. All gear, including unadorned parts, are mythic tier 1 and include faction bonuses but are unenhanced. If a player already is equipped with Mythic Tier 3 gear, their bonuses will be retained. So you do want to go through, really break out the heroes you want to use within the Abyssal Expedition, depending on what Elder Tree you're going with or what class-specific heroes you're going with. Make sure they have faction gear, guys. It makes a big difference in here. All signature items and abilities are retained. All Elder Tree levels and virtue attributes will be retained. All effects are granted, are preserved, so you can use signature items, Elder Tree, Oak Inn. Two things that do not count, artifacts do not count, and the unions do not count, guys. So when you look over here at the unions, these will not count for anything through the entire expedition, but the Elder Tree does. Now in the Abyssal Expedition, I do a couple videos over on the test server, just so again, we can kind of equate new players into the Abyssal Expedition. So these are the core factions that you get. So you get the Substance faction, the Sorcery faction, the Might faction, Fortitude, and you do get Celerity. And these are the heroes within the faction that you will actually build out with relics that you pick up in the Abyssal Expedition. The easiest way to start this in the most streamlined is really focusing on one, which is either going to be the Celerity or the Sorcery. Some players do go Might, but a lot of times the Sorcery or the Celerity is the version that they go with. But ultimately, we're gonna have to see what the bosses look like, what their abilities look like, to see exactly how we're building those out. So most of the players will go, again, Celerity all the way up to a certain point, then build a sub-spec. Most of the time it is Substance, or you do Sorcery, Substance, or players do Might and Substance. The tank tree, unfortunately, it is not used very much at all when it comes to the Abyssal Expedition. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at the map and see kind of what we're up against in the Abyssal Expedition. All right, guys, so here is the map. Like I had said earlier, it is broken into 3 separate parts. So we have this north section right up here that is protected by Zafriel. So that is going to be the boss. We have this east and west side that again is protected by Zafriel. So as you can see, we have the mountains in here, and a big shout out to the Chinese YouTuber. This is his little symbol and his avatar there. For coming up with this map. I haven't seen the map. I haven't actually seen it anywhere short of this. But as you can see, it goes in kind of a vortex. So once we break through Zafriel's gate right here on the right side, it is going to just go around in a circle with the bosses. So you break through on this side, it will actually go up and fight Sylvana in here. On this bottom part, I hope you guys can see it over there. Breaking through Zafriel, you'll actually move almost in a wave right up here, fighting Moriel. And as you can see, they do have some structures, some mountains in here that you're going to have to avoid to kind of weave your way through this giant path in here. And the same with the top. Once you're on the north side and you come through the Zafriel gate, you'll actually move through the ice over to our Lightbearer sitting right here to bust through this gate. And then it does kind of the same. So you'll come around and you'll actually scoop through the next section. So I believe Moriel fights Chimera over here. I believe our Lightbearer here fights Arden, and then so on and so forth. Desira up top comes through and fights the Grotesque Mage right here. And then this is the Convergent right in the middle, guys. So again, we've seen it broken into one part. We've seen it broken into 2 parts. Now it is broken into 3 separate parts. Similar to what we've seen in the past. The boss has to be killed 5 times, or can be killed 5 times. A majority of the time, you really have to pace the stamina that you have in here, especially for some of the high endgame guilds. You have to pace the stamina that you're putting into this boss. You might kill him out really quick, get through 1, 2, 3 cycles, and then he dies out, which is very unfortunate, but it will happen sooner than you think. The other thing that I want to look at when it comes to the Abyssal Expedition is not just the rewards that you can get out of the Abyssal Expedition itself, but some of the other loot. All right, so many of you know this kind of worthless building down here, which is the trading hub, guys. It comes absolutely alive when the Abyssal Expedition is open. Every single time you kill the boss, you actually get stuff to trade with your militia. If it doesn't go to sale there, it goes to the global auction house, and you actually pick up all of these dragon crystals and the bound dragon crystals, which those are all coming from previous Abyssal expeditions that I have completed, since I believe this is the 5th. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the 5th Abyssal expedition that we have been doing. But now we're to the point where we might be able to buy 1 or 2 of our common scrolls, which is kind of absolute crazy. But they don't give you the rewards till the Abyssal expedition is over, which kind of sucks. I really wish they would change that up. But guys, this is going to be the shop to exchange your dragon crystals when you get there. And if you get there, that is really the big reason why I want to focus on the Abyssal expedition, making sure that you're putting time and effort in there. And the way that I really view it, guys, and this is really the way that I see it, is if you're a player that is logging in maybe once a day, definitely a casual enrollment. The thing is, you don't want to be left behind with the players if you go honorable, even if you go casual. If you get left behind within that giant map that we just seen, it is very hard to catch up, or you might burn through all of your stamina to catch up to the raid if you are left behind. On the casual enrollment, it is a lot more casual, just like what the name suggests. When it comes to honorable, if you're not logging on, at least probably twice a day at a minimum, to stay up with your team, stay up with the guild, stay up with everyone. Again, about twice a day works for honorable. If you're not doing that much, you can and usually will be left behind when it comes to the Abyssal expedition. So guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. If this is your first time, let me know. I will do a couple guide videos. When this opens in 2 days, we'll actually break it down a little bit more. We'll take a look at relics, so there is more to come, guys. But again, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.